Hi, this is Silas Ram of AsianCultureVulture.com. I'm here with Patricia Clarkson, the star of a movie called Learning to Drive, and she's opposite Sir Ben Kingsley, who's playing a Sikh taxi driver, and an unusual situation kind of develops between them. So we're going to talk about that.
And joining me for today's topic, book critic Wendy Shields.
Always a pleasure. I heard about you and Ted.
Heard what exactly?
Every 7 years, the itch comes over him. He gets restless, does something juvenile.
I'm not going home with you, Wendy.
Oh, instead of buying a motorcycle, Daddy decided to give adultery a spin.
Came to this film, and what made you want to do it?
I loved the script. I loved the story it was based on. It was based on an essay, a beautiful essay by Cather Pollitt, and I loved the beauty of these two characters. I loved a movie about adult friendship, about what the profound effects that real friendship can have on our lives, and that our friends end up saving us often. And the journey of these characters appealed to me.
Could you identify with Wendy, you know, her place in life and the character?
Yes, I mean, I understood. I've never married, but I've been through. I've had some extraordinary men in my life, and had loss and breakups, and I've been through upheavals and big life change before, and so I know what it is to have the rug pulled out from underneath you, and where do you begin, and how do you change things, and how do you go forward, and how do you not just collapse and give up. And so it's a very funny movie. As you know, there's great humor and it's sexy and funny and I hope interesting, but there's great pathos and there's emotion. It's a very emotional film also.
Do you think it's quite a New York story about a particular type of New York woman? That time in her life?
I think it is. I think it's a specific character, a woman who is unique to New York in some ways. I mean, what she's going through is completely universal, and where what she suffers is, has no boundaries. But I think her particular personage, her particular way she was raised, and how she functions. She's a New York intellectual, and she's lived a lot in the head, not the heart, and she's got to switch that.
And was starring alongside Sir Ben Kingsley a part of the draw when you signed on?
Well, I had been attached to the film for quite some time, and it was a rather circuitous route. We took forever. It took a long time to get. But the day that he said yes, I think I did a dance all around my apartment. I think I really honestly did. Because, I've done a film with Sir Ben before, Elegy, and I have the very good fortune to not only have worked with him, but to call him my friend. And he's one of the most remarkable people I've ever worked with and met in this business. And I've met some pretty fancy people. But he's absolutely glorious.
Do you get the kind of scripts that you want? This sort of story? Which
now
is
I do.
Adult and
yes.
Mature and intelligent.
Now I do. Which is lovely. I'm in my 50s and I'm having a heyday. Let's hope it doesn't end in my 60s. But no, I've been, I seek certain projects, but I've been offered. I have beautiful films coming up. I'm about to start Sally Potter's new film with Kristen Scott Thomas and Timothy Spall, this extraordinary cast. And so I'm lucky in that remarkable people have offered me intelligent and interesting films.
So you don't think it's a myth about the slightly older woman and trying to find the right part, and that when you are out of your 20s, that's it, that's the end?
Well, yes. Sadly, I think for some women, careers end, and sometimes it has to do with age, which is just heartbreaking to me. That some women's career ends because of age is beyond the pale. So I am one of the fortunate women to keep going forward, to have work, and so I keep putting it out there to say, hey, we're still here. But women are rising, and there are more and more films that star, women in their 40s, 50s, 60s. We're working.
Have you ever come across a taxi driver like Darwin?
Yes, in New York, absolutely. All the time. I mean, I love cabs in New York City, and I've encountered several beautiful Sikh taxi drivers who have been exceptionally kind, and I've always been tempted to say, I star in a movie opposite a man similar to you, played by Sir Ben Kingsley. I didn't.
Have you been to India, Patricia?
I haven't, and I would love to. And that's my next goal. I'm attached to a film that shoots in India, and it's about a year away. But I've got my fingers crossed. Oh, I can't go. It's all still in the process. We'll get to it, but it's a beautiful film. Beautiful.
Darvan?
She's from a village near where I grew up.
Maybe a double date in Chinatown?
Kiki is a woman, they become one spirit.
I don't know what I believed about. I'm learning to drive.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Shut up!
I think it's time to discuss road rage.